I don't blame Danielle Smith for speaking up for her industry. That's part of her job. But every single premier other than Danielle Smith then chose to put Canada first.
Absolutely not. These people are hardworking individuals. A lot of them, especially in the economy right now, are working paycheck to paycheck. We owe it to these individuals to give them their jobs and make sure that they are secure.
They will have a national unity crisis on their hands at the same time as having a crisis with our U.S. trade partners. We just won't stand for that.
They should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function.
The oil and gas industry is back in the political spotlight with Alberta Premier Danielle Smith, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and former and upcoming United States President Donald Trump clashing over energy policies and economic priorities. The height of the controversy began earlier this week when the federal government brought up the idea of cutting off energy supply to the United States, imposing export tariffs on Alberta energy and other products to the United States. Alberta Premier Smith responded to these threats by saying it would spark a national unity crisis. She then flipped off the Trudeau Liberals by stating that Alberta would not agree to export tariffs on their oil and gas and other products, nor support a complete ban on exports.
They will have a national unity crisis on their hands at the same time as having a crisis with our U.S. trade partners. We just won't stand for that. And I don't think Ontarians in Quebec should stand for that as well. They shouldn't be standing by and listening while a federal minister talks about cutting off their energy supply. That's just not on. That makes no sense.
This is all in response to the upcoming President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his threat to impose export tariffs on Canadian products.
Why are we supporting a country, $200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function if we didn't take their 20% of our car market. You know, they send us hundreds of thousands of cars. They make a lot of money with that. They send us a lot of other things that we don't need. We don't need their cars, and we don't need the other products. We don't need their milk. We got a lot of milk. We got a lot of everything, and we don't need any of it. So I said to him, well, why are we doing it? He said, I don't really know. He was unable to answer the question.
Canada's premiers and outgoing Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had a meeting to discuss these matters and come up with solutions. Alberta Premier refused to agree with the ideas proposed, and Smith claimed that these policies would strangle Alberta's economy and accused Ottawa of ignoring provincial rights to control their natural resources. Instead, she urged Canadians to use this tariff threat as an opportunity to correct the misguided direction of this country. She plans to meet with U.S. lawmakers and officials to make a case against the imposition of tariffs on Canada. Today, I'm downtown Calgary talking to Albertans about tariffs, Alberta oil, and their thoughts on this issue.
Trump is a retard. He's ridiculous. This is all grandstanding. It'll never last. They need us as much as we need them.
I am just excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
Should Canada stop oil and gas sales to the United States?
No.
Of course not.
No.
No. Absolutely not.
No. They should continue on selling to the United States.
It depends on what tariffs get put onto us. Obviously, it's a symbiotic relationship. They're going to help us, we're going to help them. But if they're going to start taking away those stuff from us, it's not really fair for us to keep providing towards them. So it's the repercussions. If they're going to take stuff away from us, we should take stuff away from them.
No, I don't think so. I mean, they take a lot of it, and it's good money coming back to us, I think. If you're talking about the tariffs, I guess that's probably going to mess things up, but it's still all talk right now. Nobody really knows what's going on.
No, we need them as well, just like they need us. We just got to get along.
Absolutely not. I understand that with the tariffs and everything, it is a difficult situation to navigate, but we really have to think about the people and the people affected. And I think that amount of compassion and understanding would go very far.
I don't blame Danielle Smith for speaking up for her industry. That's part of her job. But every single premier other than Danielle Smith then chose to put Canada first. and say, but we're all part of Team Canada, because what happens to any part of us happens to all of us, and we will be there to respond strongly, to fight for Canada, and to do it in a united way that makes sure that it's fair across all industries, across all regions. That was what we came together yesterday to do.
Currently, there are around 550,000 jobs on the line within oil and gas Canada-wide. Should Alberta risk those jobs? Should Canada risk those jobs all for being Team Canada?
No, we need to continue on. I'm with oil and gas companies, so I believe that it should continue on with the United States.
Depends on what you think of Team Canada. I don't think that's best for Canada, so that's not my definition of Team Canada.
We have to vouch for ourselves, and those jobs are important. But yeah, I think we need to take our side here and kind of give it back.
That's a tough question. Being part of it, no, but as just a Canadian, I think maybe that might be an option.
Absolutely not. Alberta's been supporting Canada pretty strongly for decades, and now Alberta's going to take most of the hit to try and get back at the U.S., so I feel like Alberta absolutely shouldn't do this.
I feel like if we start using more of the oil that we're sending out to the States, if we can send it out, either use it for ourselves or find another place that we can send it out for, I feel like those jobs may not be as much at risk. So it's not necessarily 500,000 jobs that are being at risk. It might be a couple thousand, or for example, it might even increase the jobs that are there.
Absolutely not. These people are hardworking individuals. A lot of them, especially in the economy right now, are working paycheck to paycheck. We owe it to these individuals to give them their jobs and make sure that they are secure.
Would you support an Alberta separation?
I personally would, yeah. It's a complex issue, but unless there are drastic changes to our Constitution and the agreement between provinces, and I feel like Alberta would be better off on our own.
Depends. There's a whole lot of different routes that can go, and Canada, East Canada, and West Canada are very different. So there's some potential that could work out for us.
Those are tough questions. Yes, I would. Whether it's realistic or not, no. But I would support it.
No, absolutely not.
Justin Trudeau is trying to use Alberta's resources as a bargaining chip against Donald Trump. Help us to tell Trudeau to keep out of Alberta business and oil and gas by going to handsoffalberta.com. As always, stay strong and stay free. For Rebel News, I'm Angelica Toy.